Welcome to the Rewards Master Live. Here it is, starting off the weekend, about to start off city nights here in a little bit for those of you who are going out to eat. And I don't know, I hope your weekend's looking good. I'm excited about it. Got a good friend coming in town that works with me and haven't seen him face to face in a while on the phone, but that'll be exciting. And going to go see my grandkids in a little bit. And that's always fun. So let's see. Do we have anybody in here yet to start? Just a couple. That's good. Free music. Put in a comment a little earlier. Said, good day, Rewards Master in community. Good to have you here, Free Music. Glad you stopped by. Dem, great channel member. Dem, good evening, my custom cash friend. Yeah, we're going to talk about that some tonight. Normally I save that kind of thing for our regular live streams on Sunday, but that's a pretty big deal. We got to talk about that. So absolutely. Jimmy Duff, Bop. Hey, Jimmy, good to have you here today. Great channel member. Coder Corral, pour one out for the CCC. Yeah, that's right. I got a new one because of what was going on. So we're going to talk about that a little bit as we get into it. Calder's, happy city nights to all who celebrate. Yep, it's going to be a good one. I love me some city nights for sure. All right, let's see. My thing hasn't updated. I know there's more than 2 people in here, so I know that we got to have some more coming in. Oh, let me go back to Dim. Dim says, converted my Strata Premier to another CCC. 3 is enough for me. All right. And Mike Newland, did the CCC get an upgrade? No, it did not. It got a downgrade for sure. Jonathan Factor says, do you think that it pays to get the United Airlines Club card over the Quest card for states without using the club? My answer to that is I do not. I think the Quest card is the best card for United unless you fly United enough and you need the club. I think all of the United cards have ridiculous credits on them. It's just like, I don't know why Chase can't copy better. I mean, why didn't they just copy American Express on both their Platinum with the Reserve and why didn't they copy the Delta cards and their perks on their United cards? They are not as good. Now, I did just upgrade my Gateway card to a United Explorer. And I did that because for the $150, I'm going to get the 2 lounge passes. I'll probably use the rental car thing once or twice a year. I'm going to try, and I would love if anybody has that card and try to do it. I use, like on my Delta card, I put $10 on I have to put it in $25 increments, but every month I put $25 on that card into my Lyft account and I get a $10 credit. And I'm going to use that anyway, so I don't care. And I don't know if that's going to work on United. Has anybody tried it? Because they do have a ride. I think it's $5 a month rideshare credit. But can you just load that into your Uber or Lyft? That's the question. But no, my opinion is if I was wanting a United card, a better United card, and I flew United a lot. I don't fly United a lot, but I did want the United Explorer card just so I could have better access to their discounts and things that they're doing now. Mike Newland, good evening, everyone. Mike, the man, the myth, the legend. Good to see you, my good friend and spreadsheet warrior. Coder Corral, another spreadsheet warrior. How many years until Bop's whole wallet is discontinued Citi Cards? Okay, I was going to talk about that. In fact, I might do a video, but I'm telling you, when I talk about the Prestige card in videos, there's always the 1 or 2 people who comment and, poo-poo on it because they don't like that I talk about a card that nobody can get. And my point is not to do that. My point is not to just kind of say, hey, look at this cool card that I have that you can't get. I'm not trying to rub it in anybody's face. What I am trying to do is to emphasize that sometimes things go away. That's the first thing I want to emphasize. The second thing I often want to emphasize when I'm talking about that card is, I'm trying to tell people how I do it, how I strategize, how I organize my wallet. And it's a central part of my wallet. So I mean, there'd be a giant hole if I never talked about the card. But the third reason when it comes to that card is that not only do people need to think about what they can, get now that might be not possible in the future and still might benefit them, but you also need to realize that just because the community is hot on something or cold on something, you need to do your own true evaluation. I got the Prestige card maybe a year before it discontinued. I got it even though I was not making videos at the time. I wasn't doing content creation. I just loved credit cards, and I've been doing this for a long time. And I got that card because my personal evaluation was that the card was awesome. Everybody, go back and look up Citi Prestige from like 2020 and 2021 and look at what people's opinions of that card was. On tier lists, it was ranked way below things like the MX Platinum, things like the Sapphire Reserve. It was better than the Sapphire Reserve back then. It was better than the MX Platinum. It was better than all their competitors, but people ranked it low. You know why? Citi doesn't have any travel protections, and they don't have their own lounges, but they did give you a priority pass with restaurant access, and it was cheaper. And I mean, a lot of things. And they didn't even count the value of that fourth night free twice a year. And what I'm getting at is that's why I know that sometimes, let me give you an example of what I think. I don't think the elite card's going anywhere, but if it were to, I promise you, I have seen 15 videos in the last 2 weeks that in passing say something about, well, there's the elite card and it's not very good. Now, I know some people are high on it now. I know Joe Barretto's high on it now, and maybe he wasn't at first in the beginning. Maybe he was, but he likes it now and some others. But there's still a lot of people who act like the elite card's not any good. I'm telling you, if that card went away today, there would be people who regretted not getting it later, because 1.5x on everything on a high-end card, especially Citi American Airlines points, great. The Citi Nights thing, great. The fact that it's 12x in the portal, that is industry leading. And so, yeah, I do. And so I'm, Coder, I think you're bringing up something I wanted to talk about anyway, because, yeah, my wallet now, as far as my daily spend wallet, not working on sign-up bonuses, not the backpack cards, not the desk drawer cards, not the cards I'm getting a free night cert from or using FHR or getting lounge access, not those. My daily spend cards, the ones that are in my wallet or in my digital wallet that I use all the time on my multipliers, they're all discontinued cards now, except for on Citi Nights, I use the Elite. That one I kind of don't count. It's not my regular dining card. But the only one that's still available is the Built Palladium. What if the Built Palladium went away tomorrow and people are like, well, I don't know. And this is, I mean, it's awesome. And so, yeah, I'm going to have to talk about the fact that I'm running now 3 custom caches, Citi Prestige, and Built. That's all I need. And I dare somebody to find a better setup on multipliers. You can't. So yeah, that's a good point. Whole wallet discontinued cards. That's going to be me. Dim says, book my first hotels on points this week. 3.54 cent per point Hyatt, 2.99 cent per point Hyatt, and 2.88 cent per point I prefer. Fun. Hey, yeah. The Hyatt deval is not looking as bad as maybe we all thought it might be. Maybe they're slow rolling it. I think that's probably what's happening. Jimmy, since Citi hates me and I live in Chicago, should I move to the United ecosystem? I do think, I've not been super high on United the last few years, but I do think their prices are pretty decent now if you have one of those cards that gets you the discount. And if you have status, it's even more discount. Jimmy, I don't think it's a terrible idea because United, I just don't like, I don't dislike United and I don't dislike their miles or dislike their system now. And I don't even hate their cards, although I don't think they're great. But United, I don't like some of the details of it. Like, for instance, when it's hard to get status with United, they got more hoops to go through, and I don't like that. Secondly, it's really hard to get a head start on it, like unlike Delta and American. The other thing is, I really just don't like their more premium economy seats in the US versus main cabin extra and comfort plus with Delta and American, because they don't give you any different snacks or drinks or anything like that. And I just think that's cheesy. I mean, I don't know. I don't like that part of it. But as far as points value on domestic, especially, I'm seeing pretty good points value domestically, really almost as good as American right now with them. Dem, Coder, I'm not right there with him. Prestige Club member. Yep, Dem, and then let's see, Points CFO, who's off and on here. Same spot. Gentleman Explorer, channel member, booked refundable flight and hotels to NBA Finals Game 7 in Oklahoma City and Saturday with my son. I love this hobby. Go Knicks. Have a great time. When you can spend it with your family, that is the best. Nick, coming to drop by and like and comment. We'll download to watch tomorrow on our 8-hour Hawaii flight. All right. I tried to think of a Hawaii song, but all that came to my mind was the Christmas one. So, Nuracan, good afternoon to all listening on my drive home. Okay, drive safe. Stinky Monkey Baby, best name on YouTube. People will always find the negative take on changes, even if you're being honest about using your discontinued cards. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to do. That's the cards that I use, because if I use something else, it would be inferior. So, yeah. Coder, just hope that Built takes the same philosophy when it's time to nerf the Palladium. Just to continue it and let the earlier adopters keep it. Yeah, my hope too. I think they probably will nerf it at some point, but hopefully that will be the case. Damn, got the Prestige card the first day it came out. Was in the focus group that helped with the rollout. All right. So, Dem, you were part of designing the greatest card in my wallet. Well, I don't know. Built Palladium's pretty, they're right there together, right? But you were part of design. I mean, that card is just awesome. We used the first fourth night free this year. We're going next January to a all-inclusive in Dominican Republic. That was awesome. It was, we got the upgraded deluxe suites, and it was $500 a night, I think. So I got $500 off. It was awesome. Damn, no one here remembers when Citi had the thank you premier card with 95 annual fee and a complimentary airline ticket and economy yearly. Yeah, that was Citi has some great cards. Mike Newland, what were the transfer partners way back then? Anything that was a standout? I'd be glad to know that too. Stacy's Points and Miles. Hey, Stacy. Hello, listening while I'm setting up my deck. I missed out on you missed out on the custom cash. I'm sorry, Stacy. Went to grab it last night and it was gone. Glad my daughter got it on the night before at least. Okay, so I product changed my Strata card. They had changed my Rewards Plus to a Strata, and I was still getting the 10% rebate, but that's supposed to end, and I think I already got it for this year, so I don't have any use for that card. So I called and they product changed. That gives us 3. We got 3. And 3 is enough because, especially now with gas, we're running more than the $500 a month in gas now. And that's the first time in a long time. But gas prices are high. So, and yeah, I'm sorry that you missed out on it. But I did call my daughter, and she has a Elite card. And I said, you got to get this today. So she did. And I called 2 of my nieces, and I think both of them applied for it. They have the Strata Premier, and so they both applied for it too. So I was responsible for 4 new custom caches getting acquired in the last couple of days. Sleepy Rod, ever since AA became a transfer partner Citi, they keep making negative changes to their rewards program. Probably because they're spending a boatload of money to buy those points from American Airlines. But they kind of needed to. Citi is now part of the discussion all the time. Nobody was saying Citi's the best ecosystem before, but people are saying that all the time now. So I think it was a good move, but they're just trying to find a way to be profitable, it seems. Coder, I'm still waiting a bit before I judge the Hyatt deval. But even at the peak, this CPP is better than most hotels besides Wells Fargo transfers, LOL. Yeah, especially if you like nicer hotels. I mean, there are some Wyndhams that are okay, but yeah, I mean, if you're like Travis, who I got some new stuff coming out with Travis in the next little bit. Oh, by the way, this next month is busy for me. Going to be collaborating a lot. So who do I got collaborations with? Let's see. Joe Barretto on the 2nd. I'm going to be on his live defending Built, arguing for Built. So that shouldn't be hard. Working on something on the 9th that's a Tuesday night, the 9th with Travis. And then I'm going to be on Anthony Venture's school. So be looking for those things. But yeah, I think that Hyatt still with, that slow rollout they're doing to these changes, they're still much better than their competitors. Source King. Hey, Source King, Spreadsheet Warrior. Good to have you here. Hyatt is definitely slow rolling. Yep, for sure. Coder, not a redemption, but I live in DFW, so I picked up the World Cup tickets, did the roll plus pay stack on StubHub and got a stack of points. I bet you did. Which card did you use for that? Like a Freedom or something? Paul Davis, good to have you here. Channel member says, good afternoon. Good to have you on board, Paul. Count on me. Hey, Count, good to have you here. Howdy, Rewards Master. Great to have you in the session. Troy says, I have the Citi Prestige and 8 custom. Whoa! That's probably second only to Yuri. Yuri has like 12 of them, I think. But yeah, that's pretty awesome, Troy. Yeah, 8. It's awesome. Dem was going to convert my CSE since it overlaps so much with the Prestige, but decided to keep it another year since I can organically use the credit and City Nights. Yeah, I like the Elite credits. I think they're good. I think they're way easier than their competitors. Arnally says, I PC'd my strat to the custom cash also. That third custom cash also. My wife has one also. Yeah, I'm counting Nona and mine. So we got 3 altogether. So I got 2. She's got 1. Damn, you can book. I prefer properties with choice at better rates than I prefer directly in most instances. Yep, I have heard that to be true. Stacy, woohoo, Rove. Nicola Celia says, what is the next card you think is going to go or change for the worst? I don't know about for the worst. I think that the Venture X card is going to see some changes, but maybe for the better, because I think that people aren't using it anymore. I mean, if Built's making an impact, it's probably hurting them the worst, because the Built card just makes that card just kind of irrelevant to me. So I'm wondering if that one will be changed. But as far as other cards that might be changed for the worse, let me contemplate that for a moment. I don't know. There was that email they sent out on the Citi Premier card. I didn't like the changes they're thinking about making to that to $199. So maybe. Damn, Yuri uses his custom caches as ninja stars since he has so many. Yeah, that's funny because that's Yuri. So yeah. Arn, if you PC to a custom cache, they put an expire timer on thank you points. So take peak and expiration and points connected to the strat. Okay. Yeah. So I just moved. I mean, I hate that I did this, but I tried little small point transfers, and there might have been a way to divide them out, but Citi just evenly took them from all my cards when I transferred a smaller points transfer to American. So I just transferred the majority of my points over to American. I was low on my American balance anyway, and I rack up Citi points really fast. So yeah, that's kind of how I did it. But yes, anybody who product changed, there's a point, and it's a pretty quick timer. I think mine was like a week or something like that. Medic, sorry, I had to catch up. Yeah, I missed out on the custom cash. Sorry about that, Medic. Juan Garcia, channel member, good to have you here. Good evening, Bop. Late, but here. Happy I've secured 4 custom caches and joint unicorn status with the Prestige. You betcha. Coder, I think Venture X changes are a bit off. Capital One probably has their hands full with Discover merger. That's true. But if they're not seeing any spend on their card, that might impact them. I don't know. Nicholas says, I need to do something with the Venture rewards first. It's such a sad card. Yeah, I mean, we just don't have, I'm hanging on to it because I know I can never get it again. And it's pretty much a wash. Actually, I think it makes me money because the 10,000 points are worth more than 1 cent per point. So yeah, I'm hanging on to it, but not because I've got any plans or a lot of use for it. Coder, yeah, it's also redundant with some of the Discover cards, I think. True. Dim, thank you points don't expire if they're linked to a premium card. Well, it said that it did in my account, and they were linked to my Prestige card. So I don't know. Maybe I did something wrong. Stacy, 42 watches, 7 likes. Come on, Points and Mouse family, show the love. Let me see if that's what's showing up on my end. Thank you, Stacy, for that promo. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm seeing 46 people in here. And yeah, only 6 or 7 likes. Yeah, come on, everybody. Just take a second. Hit the like button. That'll help. That'll help. All right. Rajbaj says, hello, Bop. Good to have you here. Tampa, hello, evening, Bop. I think Citi will just leave custom cash as is for those that got them, like the Prestige. It's looking that way. And once Citi does something, they just kind of forget about it. So I think it's very possible. Also says Rajbaj says applied double cash for, but was declined. Oh, typical Citi fashion. A lot of people have that. Source King, before getting the build, it felt like a great card. Now that I have it and have really looked into it, it feels crazy overpowered and too good to be true. It is. I mean, that's why, I've been seeing lots and lots of content that's like, everything's getting worse. Everything's getting worse. And I'm like, but there's build. I mean, not everything's getting worse. There's build. And so, yeah, that kind of counteracts a lot of the negative because it's so good. Raj says, what is the one best card for hotels? No coupon book card. Well, if you mean no coupon book card, like, do you want a hotel card or do you want just a card to book hotels? Honestly, if I wasn't caring about things like hotel status and free night certs and not wanting to do the coupon book on the Aspire, because the Aspire is the best hotel credit card, no doubt. But if I didn't want all that, I'd just get a Citi Elite card and get 12X on hotels through the portal. That's what I would do. I mean, it's awesome. 12X. Nicola, not the Venture X, the Venture card. Okay. Medic, John is live too at the moment, probably where some of the other folks are. Oh, okay. He doesn't usually go live on Fridays. Guess I overlooked that. All right, let's add to the stage some of the recent comments and go over those. And if you would, make sure to hit the like button, please. Appreciate that very, very much. All right, so this was on my Hilton Aspire Review 2026, the best hotel credit card. Ron Burns says, I have an Aspire and a Surpass. I consider them to work well together. It's easier to hit the 15K spend on the Surpass for the free night certs, and it has reasonable multipliers for many categories. I think together they make good domestic road trip setup. Yeah, I think those two cards together are amazing. I would prefer to have multiple Aspires rather than the Surpass, so I don't have to burn $15,000 and spend for that 15-night cert. That's $15,000 I can put on the bill card, or 15,000 I can use for subs. So yeah, but I think Ron Byrne has a good point. Those are really both very good cards. I'm just not excited about earning, even though it does have good multipliers. I'm not excited about earning Hilton points for that 15,000, but I do see why people do it, and I respect it. Not seeing any more. Yeah, there's a comment. Real Chuckaboo, love your setup. I've been on the Citi setup for years back in the day. I'm running the Premier along with 4 custom caches and built Palladium. I also have a DC on standby just in case. Yeah, I mean, if you're running 4 custom caches and the Premier, you're probably not using the Premier that much, but that's fine because it gives you access to transfer them. And then the built Palladium, you've got a very, very strong setup, Chuck. Rajbaj says, is there a list of Hilton resorts where I can prepay and use the 200 credit? Yes, you can Google Hilton resorts and it'll come up, but just make sure when you're looking in the app or the web page for a particular Hilton property, it'll have an icon that says resort under everything about the hotel. Just make sure it has that and it should work just fine. But I will tell y'all on Sunday, I'm going to put out, this is not about Hilton hotels, but I'm going to put out my live is going to center on FHR properties because I was frustrated looking for FHR properties. So I just sat down and ChatGPT helped me, but it can't look it up. So I had to manually look them up. But I looked up most major cities in the US for FHR. And Sunday, I'm going to have a list of the cheapest cities to find FHR hotels in up to the most expensive. So I hope that'll be helpful to everybody. So please come back Sunday afternoon for that. I have more stuff Sunday morning I have to do, little odd schedule. So it'll be a little later in the day, maybe 3:30, 4 o'clock, but I'll schedule it in advance. Coder, I think the 1 key plus is low key for the best hotel card. Expedia is easy to game and book, gives you a lot of options for where you want to go. Yeah, I mean, I used Expedia for years, don't much anymore, but used to, especially when I was booking stuff for other people. Hybrid Vortex, hit the like and got my seatbelt on, ready now. All right, good to have you here, Vortex. Noe Jeffy, I guess that's how you say that. Very happy with my 1 key plus credit card. Excellent. Rajbaj, I was referring to prepay for future use. I tried calling 3 and they said no to prepay to trigger the credit. Oh, yeah, I don't know of a list of ones. That's just a hotel by hotel basis. I've had some luck, but I've had others that told me no as well. Base Mo, good to have you here. Got screwed on Citi, applied for an Advantage card, the Premier 2 days before they canceled Citi Custom Cash. Player 2 got Custom Cash, but she doesn't have any other Citi cards. Well, she can add one. You know, she can get a Premier or whatever later, and that would kind of superpower that. Hybrid Vortex, have you used the Aspire website? I just used my built credit, super easy. You use the Aspire website. Are you talking about the Hilton website for Hilton Aspire? Maybe I'm missing something that's really obvious. Dem, Max FHR can help with that. Max FHR. Okay, I'll look at that. Amex travel app filters nicely too. Coworker, hey Bob, curious if there's a hotel chain that you would like to see be a transfer partner for one of these major banks that's not currently available. No, I can't think of any that are not currently available that I would just be excited. You know, there's not really a lot of big chains around the world. Novotel is one I can think of that isn't, that you see those overseas quite a bit. But yeah, now I would like some of them to expand, even though, you know, it's kind of irrelevant to me. I don't use a lot of hotel points. So, but, you know, I'd like to see more be able to transfer to Hyatt or whatever, but we got pretty good transfers there now. And I would like to see a better rate at Marriott. That's what I'd like to see. I would use Marriott if they had the 1 to 2 like Hilton does. Be way, way better. Hybrid Vortex, yes, the Hilton Aspire website that gives you the $100 credit on your stay. Okay. Coder Corral, a loft would be nice. A loft, yeah, that's true. Didn't think about that one. All right, next one. And let's see how many are in here watching. 57, that's pretty good. How many have hit the like button? 29. 29 out of 57. So hit that like button if you haven't. Appreciate it. Any super chats, super stickers, anything like that is appreciated, as well as channel memberships. All right, this is on 5 reasons you should not get the Amex Platinum card. Now, I wasn't dogging the Amex Platinum card. I love the refresh of the Amex Platinum. I love it. But I don't think everybody should have it. And that's what this video was about. And Romain CKOK says, you missed one very important point. The card is for people who don't really care about the credits. They might use them, but without even knowing they're there. Yes, I agree. There are those kind of people. I know some people like that. But I think I did talk about in the video the reason. So if they don't care about the credits and they don't care about the points, why do they have that card at $900 a year? It's because it's a flex. They feel like, or they think it's a flex. But as I said in the video, it's only a flex to people who don't know anything about credit cards. I mean, if you're throwing that thing down at dinner or whatever, everybody in this live stream right now would be like, cool. You're getting 1X. So that I think that, yes, there are those people, but I think it's because they, they're that way. They're just wanting a flex. Isn't Novotel a core? It might be. I don't know. I'm only stayed in one twice, I think. Source King, being able to transfer to Shangri-La hotels would be all. Oh, yeah. We're staying in one in a Shangri-La in, I think, Hong Kong coming up this year. So never been in one before. No way, Jeffy says, does Sonesta have a transfer partner? I know they used to have a credit card, but it's no longer available. I do not know that. Do not know. Michael Martinez Finance. Yo, just jumping in. Now glad I could make the live. Curious to hear your thoughts. What you think better? Two card hotel setup is the Ritz-Carlton and Brilliant, or two Aspires? I think it's two Aspires. I mean, I do. I have the Ritz-Carlton and I want the Brilliant. I just can't get it. So probably get one in Nona's name one of these days. But I think two Aspires because the free night certs are so much better. I mean, when we were trying to use our Ritz free night cert this year, we wanted to stay in the Ritz-Carlton in Hong Kong, and we couldn't because we couldn't get, the points, even with the being able to add extra points, it wasn't enough. So it would not have been a problem with Hilton. So I think that, and the other thing is that, Ritz-Carlton's a good card. It's easy to get your value back, but the Brilliant just doesn't give back the same value as the Aspires do, because the Aspires give you, of course, a free night cert, but they also kind of give you more because we have used those, like I said before, we use the resort credits sometimes on pretty cheap resorts overseas. I mean, we stayed at the Abu Dhabi Conrad, and it was like $151 a night for 2 nights. That's like $302, and we got back $200 resort credit. So it's not quite, it was a free night. That was another free night at a really, really nice hotel. So, yeah, I mean, I think that two Aspires would be better. Coder, unless you're traveling like every week, if you don't care about the credits, just buy lounge access. Yeah, good point. Coworker, I'd love to see a Mandarin Oriental Force. Oh, I didn't think about those, but yes, Mandarin Oriental 4 Seasons. I've never stayed in either one. My daughter, she's a lawyer, and her law firm has paid for those for her. And I think the Mandarin Oriental she stays in often for work is like her favorite hotel. She said it's just incredible. Medic says, I have a Freedom Flex. Is that a flex? Yeah, literally. Nerdcan, book 3 premium economy on Air Tahiti Nui from LAX to PPT, April 2027 with Atmos points. Trying a way to use points to book from PPT to BOB on Air Tahiti or Air Moana if there's a way. Yeah, I couldn't answer that, but premium economy, I don't know how that product is on Air Tahiti Nui. Has anybody flown that before? Curious. Source King stayed at the Shangri-La Toronto and is probably the best service I've experienced outside of Tokyo. Awesome. I'm looking forward to our stay at Shangri-La this fall. No way. Jeffy says, Jeffy pronounced like, hey, Faye. Hey, Faye. No way. Hey, Faye. Okay. It means boss in Spanish. All right, boss. Good. I might just call you boss. All right. Jimmy Duff says, Michael Martinez has a really good channel with a fresh, well thought out perspective. Give him a watch. Okay. Michael Martinez. Dim says, nice. Hybrid Vortex, nice. Nurcan, I was looking at that flight, but waiting for May. Sounds good. And Nurcan, thanks, Dim. Going to Japan in February as well with them family too. Sounds good. All right, let me go to the next one. This is on 5 reasons why you should not get the Amex Platinum again. And Mark Gilman, 2777, says, I have another reason why you didn't for you and didn't find out until we moved out of the country. So many of those benefits are useless in Latin America, and its 1x multiplier make it a no-go. For instance, there are plenty of Resi restaurants here, but the card does not honor the Resi discount outside the country. In the U.S., I love this card, but don't spend enough time there to make it worth it. Dropped it to the gold because of the multipliers. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. A lot of our cards are really powerful in the U.S., but not as powerful other places for things like perks and credits, right? Now, the status stuff works overseas great, better than in the U.S. But for perks and credit stuff, I think there's definitely a point to be made about that. So let's see what we got here. You got 45 still watching. That's good. And 30 have hit the like button. So hit the like button if you do not mind. Don't see any more comments just yet. This is on my Hilton Aspire review. Nurcan's in here. So this is one of your comments got highlighted, Nurcan. The Aspire is the GOAT. We'll carry 3 of them, possibly 4. Free night certificates are golden. That's exactly what I was trying to say. Just stayed at the Waldorf in New York using a free night cert. Got upgraded to a junior suite, cash price over $2,000. Later this summer, used 3 free night certs and points for a 5-night stay at Hermitage Bay in Antigua, an SLH property. Cash price a day there, almost $3,000 for a standard room. I also don't put any spend on these cards. Just use them during my stays. That's exactly how I do it. My Aspire does not get spent, but it does, of course, when I'm trying to get the $200 resort credits. But besides that, it just doesn't get any spend because you're using it the right way for sure. Paul Davis, I do a ton of spend, so can't be bothered with $500 a month cap on the custom cash. Okay, I can see that. Makes sense. Don't want to mess with it. Nurcan, thanks, Hybrid. All right, next slide. Delta versus American versus United, which airline is really the best? So in this video, I went through and I kind of gave them all kind of a top score, and chose which was the best in a bunch of different categories. Economy seats, business class seats, points values, all that kind of stuff. Well, Big Dog 5599 says, I have executive platinum with AA and platinum with Delta. Been executive platinum for 11 years. The inability to transfer points from any of the major banks makes AA miles simultaneously more valuable and also diminishes the value of Advantage program. I fly internationally 3 times a year on American and 1 on Delta, and I would say Delta is the overall leader of the pack. Also, many of the AA planes are older and need to be refreshed, but a business class award ticket for my wife from LAX to Delhi via JFK for $79,000 miles plus $112. Okay. I don't really understand what Big Dog's meaning by they don't have inability to transfer points from any of the major banks. I guess he doesn't think of Citi as a major bank. But yeah, I agree. Delta and American are the ones I use. But internationally, I use American. Coworker says, I think I saw that Bilt is accepting the JetBlue card for rent in the same way they do for Atmos cards. Curious if you think Bilt wants to maybe make a closer relationship with B of A in the future. I don't know. I don't know. I think they want to have, all of these are different cards of their transfer partners. So I doubt you're going to be able to do that with American cards. They don't transfer to American, but they do to United. They do to JetBlue. They do to Atmos. So I think that's probably the ones that they're doing this with. Coder Corral, honestly, if you're booking high-end Hiltons with the free night cert, the Aspire can be an easy 3 to 4x catch all up to 60,000 spend. Yeah, I mean, if you have enough spend that you want to put on there, it's not bad because you get the one free cert and you get another free cert. What is it, 30K? Another one at 60. But you could do the surpass at 15. Coworker, curious if they want to maybe leave cardless for a different major bank in the future. That they might, depending on how it goes with cardless. Okay, let's see. Still got about 50 watching. That's good. And 30 likes. All right, let's get to the next slide. 10 types of credit card users. Which one are you? So this is not an old video, but it's been out a little bit. Joe Man 69448 says, or Joe Mama 69448. My dad puts everything on a Costco card and is happy getting a check for $1,000 once a year. Chump change, I say. I average about 12K each year for the last 8 years. Yeah, we all have family and friends that do this kind of thing, right? That are not using cards in a way that would make us happy, and in fact are using their cards in a way that make us groan inside. But remember, always remember, it's folks like that that make the rewards possible for people like you and me. At least that's how I see it. Let's see what we got here. Okay, we got still 45 watching. That's not too bad. All right, when it comes to our comments, we've got a few more that have come in. Hybrid Vortex, I did see Bilt just added today over 1,700 restaurants. They look like they are from Open Table. 1,700 restaurants to book with the concierge, or 1,700 restaurants that you can use to get bill points? Please answer that, Hybrid, because where I live, there aren't any close, and I need to check that pronto. In fact, I might do that right here in the live, because that 1,700 restaurants. Because, in Tupelo, Mississippi, I don't think there's, I don't know. They've got a few on here, but they look like they're just ones that you can do from the concierge. That's what it's looking like. I'm checking, though. We did get a gym. Okay. Got a fitness gym. That's something different. And, okay, not too far away. Oxford, Mississippi, where Ole Miss is. They got several restaurants there and a bunch of gyms. So I guess they are adding stuff. That's good news. Nurcan says, I'm applying for my son, player 3, to get an Aspire. That'll be 4 Aspires in our household, prepaying those $200 resort credits for the Bora Bora stay in April. So you have found a resort there that's going to let you do a deposit. Is that what this comes down to? I think that's probably what you mean. That's a good deal. But like it was commented earlier, sometimes it's hard to find those that'll let you do that. So, all right, let me go back and see how many we got. Still, about 45 still watching. That's not too bad. Okay. Coworker, because I thought that the Bilt points earning rate is higher with those two cards compared to my other airline cards issued by other banks. Okay. I remember exactly what you were referring to. Jimmy Duff, I use the Edit and FHR for international, but get steady use out of my IHG Platinum. Okay, so here in the States. Coder, I wish more hotel cards would do the spend-based free night certs. Yeah, they can be very good for people who have a lot of high spend. But I just wish more cards would do free night certs for any hotel. I wish the Marriott cards would do that. They would be awesome if they do. If you could just stay in any Ritz like you can with Hilton or any, JW Marriott or St. Regis or anything like that, that'd be great. Coder, 1,700 Bilt points. Okay. Coder, and they need to add a filter for bonus. Yeah, you mean in new restaurants. And they need to add a filter for bonus points. Yeah, they do. Damn, 1,700 Bilt dining. That's great. Now, I haven't used the Bilt dining because, as I said, there's no one anywhere near me. I guess if I just have a cards added in my wallet and I go to those restaurants, does it automatically give me the points? I think probably so. So let me know, because y'all are teach me, because I'm new to that. But when we travel, I definitely want to look for the ones that will. Dem, there are new rewards tab now. There's a new rewards tab now. Really? Okay. Got to check that out. I'll check it out a little bit later. Okay. Dem, my neighborhood is now flush with Bilt dining restaurants. That's awesome. I wish mine was. Hybrid Vortex. Oh, yeah. They also added gyms. Yep. Well, they did add one in my town, but no restaurants, unfortunately. Nicola says, I just got an email from Bilt saying we added a lot more neighborhood partner restaurants. Okay, good. Dem, check Rakuten Dining first for an elevated multiplier. Good tip. I will do that. Charles 9999, channel member, says, using my 2 Aspires for the room rate at Myrtle Beach will cover most of the rate and get 34x, approximately 17,000 back on the entire amount you pay, 17% back on the entire amount you pay. That's awesome. Where are you staying there? Not at the Hyatt, obviously. So let me know. I'm curious. Mr. Mike Newland, give you a double golf clap on this. The man, the myth, the legend donates 10 Rewards Master memberships. So if you receive one of those, make sure to thank Mike for that. And Mike, thank you so much. Thank you. You're always so supportive. Source King, when Richard Kerr was on the Geo Breeze podcast and said the most common redemption of Bilt points was paying rent, I lost all faith in humanity. Yeah, but remember, those people make us be able to game the way that we do. Hybrid Vortex, yes, Air France and Atmos earn at 3x for rent, but I haven't seen about anything else at 3. United's at 2. Correct. But that's kind of typical United. I mean, they just seem a little chintzier, Coder, no, they did add a filter. Okay. No, they did add a filter. Okay. Nurcan, yeah, you can email the property and they will send you a link to pay for the incidentals. So far, I have 600 resort credits total so far. Excellent. Coder, if you select dining, there's a filter for earn rewards. Okay, that's what I'll do. As soon as we get off of here, I'm going to check my app. Jeff, Bilt Palladium. Excellent. And then Big Kurt gives a $2 gift. Thank you, Big Kurt. Appreciate that very, very much. Thank you for the gift. Hybrid Vortex. Yes, I use my corporate card at Bilt restaurants all the time to take customers out. That's a good play. A very good play. Okay, let's see. I want to get to Jimmy Duff gave a gift as well, if I can get to it here. $4.99. Thank you, Jimmy. Appreciate it very, very much. Very kind of you to support the channel in that way. Nicola, what's the next card you're thinking of getting? Probably an Aspire for Nona. I'm thinking about, I've got big spend coming up in July, big spend. So it's something I get reimbursed for, some big event that I plan and I get reimbursed for. So I always try to time cards around there because I can break it up with different cards. So probably going to try to do that. And I've already got 3 sign-up bonuses I'm working on with that spend. Got my ink preferred, about halfway there already because I didn't get a high limit. So, because I have a lot of chase cards, so I've got high limits everywhere else, but didn't get a high limit, but I got it down enough where I can get the one shot and get that sign-up bonus. Working on an upgrade sub for my Delta card. And then we got Nona's American Airlines card, her business card, that will do the sub on that. But I think I'll have enough spend to get another sub. So probably going to get the Aspire if they'll approve Nona for it. So just waiting to get a little closer in. Jimmy Duff, Built Palladium has made my credit card decisions a lot easier. Thanks, Bob. You bet. You bet. Big Kurt at Hilton Conrad Hilton, Fort Lauderdale, thinking about going to a Built restaurant. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. I love the Conrad Fort Lauderdale. In fact, I think that's Nona's favorite hotel we've ever been in. She just loved it. And we got upgraded to an incredible 2-room suite. It was great. But you know what's wild? That hotel has the most wide-ranging prices, because when I was looking at FHR, I found $299. But when we went and used our free night cert, they were getting $1,100. So it's pretty wild, the spread of their prices. Stacy, yes, I'm curious about the Built neighborhood restaurants. I see there's a few more in my area. So I am just adding whatever card I am using for dining, and we'll get the credits first time with some. So I'm just adding whatever. That's the question I have too. You just swipe the card that I think somebody clarify, maybe somebody already did, but you just swipe the card. The way I understand it, somebody make sure we know, because apparently Stacy and I are not experts at this, but I think, because I put my Prestige card into that wallet. So if I use that, am I going to get my 5X plus extra Built points? That's the question. Coworker, oh, wow, Built dining just got way better for me. Great update. Larry's here. Can't get it to come up. But good to have you here, Larry73. Rod Bosch says, which property is that where you prepay the $600 resort? It was back up in the comments. It's overseas, though. I think, was it Bora Bora? Where was that? Found your last message. You said Bora Bora. Yep, I remember. Good. Source King, Aspire has $175K for $6K spending right now. Made a tax payment and got the points 2 days later. Awesome. I might apply for that tonight for her. Coder, conspiracy theory. I think that going forward, Built's best transfer partners will get rent days near the start of the year to encourage people to stand for status. That would be a smart move on their part. Rajbaj says, is there a property in North America, Hawaii, that takes prepayment to trigger Hilton credit? He's asking everybody that. Coder, as long as you're in the Built wallet, it will register. Good. That's what I needed to know. But it will deactivate it from your Rakuten wallet. Yeah, because you can only be in one of those at a time, because I used to have it in American Airlines dining when we used to have a couple places in town that were on. You had to do it through like one of those pickup services things, but it was on there, but they took that away. Damn, Rakuten and Built have overlapping restaurants, but you can get more points by linking your card to Rakuten. Okay. Medic, still no dining anywhere near me. Closest is about an hour drive. Yeah, that's the state I'm in as well. All right, we got about 5 minutes. So comments on 5 reasons you should not get the Amex Platinum card. Rob Knopper Studio said, hey, RM, how important do you think it is for someone's complete credit card portfolio to have more than one custom cash? Is it worth applying for an extra today? They're good multipliers, but max 30,000 points per year. Yeah, I mean, I think they're great for those categories where you know you're not going to overspend. I mean, I just use it for gas. So it's like I'm not going to spend much over $500 a month. Well, I didn't used to in gas. So that's kind of how I use it. I think they're great for that purpose. Coworker, I swear I am somehow getting points from both Rakuten Built Dining and Built Dining. Not sure how that's happening, but not complaining. Yeah, let's just keep that on the down low. That's awesome. See what we got in here. Let's see. We have still about 45 watching. It's been pretty steady. So hit the like button if you haven't done that. I appreciate it very much. Next one, Delta versus American versus United. Xtongue E8D said, really, there's not a difference in these airlines. I would say, though, my flight delay and cancellation has been worse with Delta. That's very different than my experience. Delta's been better on consistency for me. Way, way worse than other airlines in the world, and that happened. They're not helpful. I don't care about the snacks, the drinks, the seats. All I care about is being able to destination on time to do my thing. Well, I think that Xtongue makes a good point in that everybody cares about different things. That's why I ranked them in different areas. So that was what I was shooting for. Mike Newland, what's your 3 categories on your Citi Custom Cash that you use the 3 cards for? Well, I haven't got the new one we just got, but the other 2 were home improvement and gas. Home improvement, because we live on a farm, we spend quite a bit there, probably $200 to $300, $400 a month. So we used it for that and then for gas. This new one, I don't know what we'll do because we shop at Walmart, so it won't work for grocery. So going to have to be creative with it. I might give Nona one for her dining when she's not using the elite card on City Nights. So we'll see how that goes. Good question though, Mike. Big Kurt, I have multiple priority passes. How do I use different ones because they have different benefits? Well, I mean, I put the best one in my app, which is my prestige one. And then in my travel wallet, I carry several of them in case, like if we want to go in, this used to be the issue. If we wanted to go into a Sapphire Lounge before I had the Ritz-Carlton, we could go more than once a year because we had more than one card. But now they're just there in case we're taking people and I want to, comp people into lounges that's beyond the 2 that I get with my prestige card. Coder, the hack there, register your Rakuten Amex card if you have one with Built. In my estimation, it will automatically give you automatically give you the Rakuten points, and you'll get the Built ones for 15x points on those restaurants. That is great. Great suggestion. Charles, Ellie Beach, Myrtle Beach, they allow pets. We're about 200 miles away in driving. Are you saying they let you prepay? Jim Cayentano says you can't get a new custom cash now. They pulled the plug. They did. It's gone. Jimmy Duff, what about the Walmart card? Yeah, I want points. I don't want cash back. So we just use Built Palladium. Medic, I would have to agree. Delta seems to always have issues when I try to fly. AA is normally good though. Okay, good. I know it's all personal and luck of the draw. Delta's always giving me miles for something. Yeah, they're good about that. Damn, Walmart, buy a $500 gift card for Walmart at Walgreens for the pharmacy category. Good deal. Good deal. Dim, load your Walmart app. Walgreens, I'm going to remember that because, okay. Medic, Dim, just oversimplified life and got wife the obsidian. Good play. All right, I'm going to wrap it up there because I've got an appointment to go see my grandkids, so that's always fun for me. And I appreciate everybody for being in here tonight. There were several things that were gifted. Mike Newland gave 10 Rewards Master memberships. If you got one of those, make sure to thank Mike. Jimmy Duff gave a $4.99 gift. Asked Big Kurt, he gave $2 gift. I want to thank every one of you for being in here. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody who watched, appreciate every one of you. Remember, I'm doing a special FHR edition on Sunday, so be looking for that. I also have a video coming out tomorrow that will, if you're a channel member, you already get to see it. That's going to go through all of the kind of mid-level transferable cards, and I kind of put them in a tier list. So look for that. Appreciate everybody being here. See you here next time.